One day, you're going to wake up, and the world won't feel the same. Not because something outside changed, but because you finally did. And it won't happen with fireworks. It won't happen after a dramatic speech. It won't happen after someone saves you. It will happen in silence, in a moment you didn't plan. A moment you didn't expect. A moment where everything you've been running from finally catches you. Nobody warns you about this. Nobody tells you how life hits hardest when you're alone. Nobody prepares you for that 1 second when Allah shows you exactly who you've become. And the truth is, you might not like what you see, because somewhere between childhood innocence and adult exhaustion, you lost yourself, not all at once. Slowly, piece by piece, choice by choice, sleep by sleep, sin by sin, until one day, you look in the mirror and you recognize your face, but not your soul. And that's when the moment arrives. The moment where your life finally makes sense. It starts with a crack in your heart, a feeling you can't name, something between sadness and awakening, something between I'm tired and I can't keep living like this. You think it's weakness, but it's actually mercy, because Allah lets the world break you, so you can stop pretending you don't need Him. Every distraction you used to numb the pain suddenly feels pointless. The laughter you forced starts to sound false. The people you thought were everything start to feel like nothing. Your soul starts whispering truths, spent years trying to ignore, you were made for. More, you're wasting time. You're drifting, you're losing yourself. You're losing your hereafter. And you try to distract yourself, you scroll, you watch videos, you blast music, you joke around, you tell yourself you'll change one day. But the voice doesn't go away, because for the first time in a long time, your soul is awake. This is the moment Allah invites you back, not with thunder, not with miracles, but with a whisper inside the heart, a whisper that says, you've been gone long enough. You don't cry because you're weak. You cry because your heart finally remembers what it was created for. Allah didn't let you reach this moment to break you. He brought you here to rebuild you. All the heartbreak that made no sense, all the losses you blamed yourself for, all the nights you felt alone, all the sins you thought destroyed you. They weren't punishments. They were directions, pushing you, guiding you, pulling you out of paths that would have ruined your soul. You think your pain was random. No, your pain was customized, designed specifically for the lessons your heart needed, crafted perfectly for the person you're supposed to become, tailored for the future you can't see yet. Allah broke your heart to rebuild your life, and now it clicks. Now you understand. Now the pieces fit. This world was never meant to make you comfortable. It was meant to wake you up. That moment when you realize your old life doesn't fit you anymore, and your new life hasn't started yet, and you're stuck in between feeling lost, confused, emotionally, that moment is the doorway to the life written for you. Some people run from it. Some people numb it. Some people ignore it. But the ones who rise, the ones who change, the ones Allah chooses to elevate, are the ones who sit with the feeling. They let the truth hurt. They let the truth heal. They let the truth move them. You've been surviving your whole life. Now it's time to start living. You used to pray because you were told to, but now you pray because your heart needs it to breathe. You used to avoid sins because of fear, but now you avoid them because you see how they destroy the soul. You used to chase people. Now you protect your peace. You used to compare yourself. Now you compete only with the person in the mirror. You used to feel empty. Now you recognize the emptiness was a sign your soul was starving, and for the first time, you know what you need? Not a new phone, not a new friend, not a new lifestyle, but a new heart. A heart that remembers Allah before it remembers pain. A heart that trusts Allah before it trusts people. A heart that seeks Allah before it seeks escape. This is the moment your life finally makes sense. When you realize Allah didn't create you to chase the world, He created the world to test what you chase. When you realize your heartbreak wasn't a dead end, it was a U-turn to the right path. When you realize your hardships weren't punishments, they were training. When you realize you weren't losing everything, you were losing what was blocking your destiny. When you realize your soul wasn't dying, it was calling you home. Allah doesn't need years to change you. He just needs a moment. And this, right now, might be the moment written for you. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have a plan. You don't need to fix everything today. You just need to start. One step, one intention, one prayer, one sincere, "Why ya Allah guide me?" Because the moment your heart turns back even slightly, Allah runs towards you with mercy you can't imagine. Your life begins the day you stop running from Allah and start running to Him. Everything before this was preparation. Everything after this can be transformation. The choice is yours, and the replay is being written.